Hello, Serge here from the Backyard Driving Range. Alright, we have a question that came in from Alan Hill. And Alan says, Don, my name is Alan Hill and I'm from St. Peters, Missouri. Loved your last video on wrist cock and rotation. I've been using a swing for a couple years now and love that it has changed my golf game for the better. But the one thing I continue to struggle with is my driver. And just feel like a zombie when I'm holding it and never can get the right feeling when I'm swinging it. I have no distance with it and all over the place. Do you have any instructions that will help me with my driver? It would be greatly appreciated. Thank you for what you do for so many golfers all over the world. I'm sorry I used the support page to get this to you, but I've never been able to figure out how to send you a request. Okay, however, it got to me, it did a good job, but sometimes I guess most people send it in through customer service, however you do that. All I know is customer service keeps sending them to me. Okay, Alan, let's get to the crux of your problem here. You say you hit your driver like a zombie. You feel like a zombie, hit it everywhere, got no control of it. Through this, I'm implying that you must be hitting everything else pretty good because you mentioned no other part of your golf swing. So, normally the number one answer I'm going to give, and it happens all the time. I get them time and time again. Serge, I can't hit my driver anywhere. Serge, I can't hit it anywhere, but I hit it all over the place too. Serge, I can't hit my driver. Serge, I hit all my irons and most of my hybrids good, but I can't hit my driver and my 3-wood. Serge, everything's great with the swing except the driver. All right? Read my lips. If everything is pretty good except a club, all right? Now this could mean all your irons are great, but you can't hit your 6-iron or any iron. Or your hybrids are good, and one of them you can't hit it no matter what. I had one of my top students, he's a single-digit handicap. He came to a golf school in Atlanta this year, and we were out there. He said, Serge, and in this case, he had the club was custom built by Doc. He had a set custom made. He said, I can hit this one and I can't hit the other one. So what did the Serge do? Whenever there's a problem with a swing, I'll take a club and with a swing thought, I'll do it and I'll try it. And if I feel what it is, because I base everything on, I think I make the peak performance golf swing as good as anybody on the planet. So I figured out that way. When it comes to a club, I swing it and hit it. Sure enough, I took the club he hits good, hit it. I couldn't miss it. Just fired rockets with it, just bullets. I hit the other one. My best shot didn't even sniff half as good as the other one. I said, there's something wrong with this club. Somehow something got goofed up on it. And so I tried it at the end of the day. Same thing. I said, something's wrong with this bad boy. You need to send it back to Doc. Somehow, some way, it got messed up. Doc notified, set it, fixed it, sent it back to him. I got a call from him about a week later. It's as good as the other one. So I don't know what happened, but that can happen. We all make mistakes now and then. Who knows what happened? But there was the problem. It was the arrow, not the Indian. As I said, when you only got 1 or 2 clubs and everything else is good, it's the arrow, not the Indian. So if it's the arrow, let's look at some of the things that are wrong. All right? If you're hitting it all over the place, you got no control. The odds are the club is likely too long, especially when we're talking about drivers and 3-woods, and especially a driver, it's very likely way too long. It's very likely that whatever is it says on a shaft that its flex is. X means extra stiff, S means stiff, R is regular, and all those other things. It's probably not that. Somehow it's a bad shaft, and it's not the right shaft in there for the golf club, or at least the right shaft for you. So what you need to do is go out and see a fitter and get fitted, and get the club checked for starters and then get fitted. The odds are the club is wrong. Very likely, just for starters, it's way too long. Very likely, being too long, that's going to make it way too heavy and hard to control. And if you got a super big head on it, it's going to make miss hits even worse, because what they tell you about in bigger heads, that they got a bigger sweet spot. No, they can't have a bigger sweet spot. A sweet spot is the size is just a little bit bigger than the size of the top of a pen. Go look up the definition of sweet spot. A spot, a very small spot that you find on a baseball bat, a tennis racket, a golf club, and you can move it around, but you can't make it bigger. So what you got with a bigger head is you just got more room to miss the sweet spot by a greater amount, and therefore hit a worse shot. Okay, look at it that way. They can't make it bigger. They can move it around. I've heard one company say one time they had 9 sweet spots, and then had the same company a little while after that came back and said the whole face is a sweet spot. Well, baloney. There is no such thing. No bigger club is a sweet, that the whole club head can be the face of the club head can be a sweet spot. No way. Sweet spot is a sweet spot. Go look it up. Google it. Go to Webster's Dictionary. Anywhere you want. It's one tiny little spot. But you can move it around if you change the balancing of the club. But just remember this. the bigger the head, the more room you got to miss the sweet spot and hit a worse shot. Now, naturally, these perimeter weighted clubs can reduce maybe some of the twisting of the head on a bad shot. And again, shafts that they made together today with tighter, they're tighter and allowing less torquing in the head. So that can help it a little bit, but it's still going to be a bad shot if you miss the sweet spot. Okay, and so you got to look at the club here. I naturally I could go into things saying check your alignment, ball position, all that stuff, but I think reading this statement from Alan Hill, it's the arrow, not the Indian, and that's the number one club that I think the people that us Indian peak performance golf swing Surgites have in our bag. That is a bad arrow, and a bad arrow doesn't hit the bullseye. Okay, so if you want to start hitting the bullseye, get that arrow checked, and I guarantee you the problem's in the arrow. I'll bet you anything you want. The problem's in the arrow. Okay? Well, that's it for the Surge for today on some of us Surgites can have bad arrows in our bag, and we need to get those checked, and a Swing Surgeon Certified Instructor is the best guy to go to get that done, because they fit clubs the absolute way, the correct way, the way fitting it to your body size, and your swing. All right? Well, that's it for the Surge for today on having a bag full of good arrows, every one of them good, to play better golf and shoot those lower scores. That's it for the Surge for today, and I'll be talking with you all again soon.